Thing, what do you think you're doing? Thing, let him go. Thing, stop this. Thing, do that. His name is Ben, okay? I know it's a secret code word or something, or identity. Not.
Last panel, that's nod to a future story, because they're worried that the Submariner is going to get those magical gems. And Reed is like, we're going to devote our life to finding them. They apparently do a pretty crappy job, because Namor ends up using them in issue, I believe, 11 to start a movie studio death trap for them.
Movie studio. Of course.
So
let's just be happy these aren't the Infinity Gems.
Heck of a movie he could make then.
Here's the question. Which ending do you like better?
I feel like watching the other ending, it would be much more
involved.
Yeah, much more intriguing. This story was nice, though. This is a difference, because you get the teamwork. They're using their abilities together in synchronization. So this is cool.
From what you said about the radio story, did you say he opens up like the gates of hell or something?
Yes, he brings in the demons of Kharkoum.
That's a little much for me.
They don't actually show up because he gets shrunk before it happens.
That's another stretch for me too.
But one of the differences here that I think is important is you see the bonding of Johnny and Ben, because Johnny comes to Ben's defense and says, look, he did the right thing shrinking him. That guy was about to hit us with all the demons of hell. But here, instead, Johnny almost dies and Ben's making fun of it.
He still gets his bitterness at the end of it as well.
He's still not a happy guy yet.
And next time I'll handle things my way.
That's right.
Right. So the thing is, he's still angry.
I'm waiting for this character development. I want to see them
be friends.
Yes, I want to see them be friends. The Fantastic Friends.
Well, they make fun of each other, but they're still friends, as friends do later on. But yes, so those are the two different endings. I like both endings. I really liked the monster demon thing coming out after him. Put monsters in it, I'm going to be happy.
That's true, yeah. Well,
my two favorite art scenes are the Johnny hanging. I already talked about that. But also love Thing dressed up as Blackbeard, an orange Blackbeard. It's a beautiful thing.
It's so oddly drawn. The eyes are a bit far apart. And
he's got the eye patch. I want that as a screensaver.
Ah, yes. As a profile picture for my social media account.
There you go. So I think Kirby's art is developing more here.
Yeah, definitely.
Thing looks rockier. Johnny still doesn't have a face when he's flamed on, but I think he looks pretty good. Yeah. Reed definitely is the best handled art-wise. He's got Reed down.
Yeah.
Stretching from the boat, it looks like he's stretching right at you.
See, to me, this is the stretch right here. No pun intended. He's hanging on and saying, my back is killing me. Hurry up.
So, Ryan, what was your favorite part of the art?
As we're looking at him now, I think do really actually like that scene where he's coming at you from that thing, because you can see not depth, but you can see like the length of it, the angle.
I love time machines. Anything with the time machine is always great. I like Dr. Doom's time machine was always cool because it was unique. It was a motorcycle. It wasn't a vehicle. It didn't have a thing that spun around. It just had a panel that lowered on you. And that I like that.
Now, there's several Marvel distinctives in this book. I love the plot of this book. I love Doom sending them back to pirate days so that he could steal really Merlin's treasure. I mean, Blackbeard has no clue that Merlin's gems are in there. Is a very Dr. Doom thing to do. And to make the guy that you blame for scarring your face to do it is really cool, too.
Yes.
If we were reading this without knowing Doom's origin, it still gives him that air of mystery. And Ryan pointed out when reading this that Johnny was reading the Hulk comic. Now, yes, it's an ad for the Hulk comic, obviously, but it's also a connection showing that the Marvel Universe is a universe. So when Hulk enters with Hulk #1, he's in the same universe as the Fantastic Four. Eventually, we'll see Stan and Jack and how the Fantastic Four give them their stories. What did you think about that, Ryan? And I know you haven't read a lot of the Batman yet, so you haven't seen how separated the DC universe is. But what did you think about that development?
I thought it was really cool. Like, I when I first seen it, I thought it was like, are they someone in the story writing stories about these superhuman people and they're making money off of it? That's what I thought it was.
I'm just laughing at watching the Torch, who is a superhero, reading comic books.
Yeah.
There's something very silly
Well, he
about
named
that.
himself after the Human Torch from the comic
Oh,
book.
I didn't know that.
Oh, my.
And he recognized Submariner because of the comic book.
And that's funny.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
don't know.
about that one
He's
too.
just a total fanboy pick right here. He's just a total
Well,
like.
he's just
ooh.
so into it. He's so into it.
He is totally a fanboy.
He is supposed to be younger, though, no?
So you were into this.
Yeah.
How about you, Shades? You like the Marvel
Of
connectivity?
course, you do love it. I'm wondering if this somehow really would happen. It would have to be the Watcher who would write this comic book, I think, because the Watcher, watches. He knows everything, so he'd be the one that'd have to write this comic book. Why he would do that, I don't know.
He's the one selling them their
But he's-
information.
Stan Lee seemed like he was determined to put his Marvel world in the real world, and this
He
just
was.
seems like another. It's almost a fourth walling. It's almost fourth walling.
Oh, yeah, no,
He's
it
almost
definitely
looking at
is.
us saying, "Hey, watch our show," because he. We've talked about earlier that in the later episodes they complained to Stan Lee and the Marvel Comics people about what they've written or something like that. They actually have interactions like saying, "Hey, this comic book you've written about us, it's a little inaccurate because of this." It's like
Right.
Stan Lee was determined to put it in the real world as much as he could. Now, it's interesting, the Doom costume, he does not have the flowing cape that he will soon have. The colors are pretty much the same. But this thing, what is this? This looks like a feudal kind
Well,
of
that's what it's
something.
supposed to look like, yeah.
Okay, it's supposed to look like he's from the...
Feudal times.
Feudal
'cause
times.
He's of course, we're going to do the thumbs up and thumbs down. Shades and I know about Doom, how he will develop.
long ago.
But my question to Ryan is this your first experience with Doctor Doom?
I believe so. I've seen a very small part of him here and there throughout different media, but yeah, this is my first Doctor Doom focused thing.
So then this is what we're going to do. We're going to let you be the first to discuss Doom instead of breaking the tie and siding with me and showing Shades to be wrong. We would... so
Give it a rest.
what do you think of Doctor Doom, yay or nay? What are your opinions on Doctor Doom, Ryan?
I think out of all the heroes we've seen, or out of all the villains we've seen so far, he's definitely by far the strongest. He is by far the smartest. He knows how to villain, and I like that. So I'll give him a solid 8 out of 10, and I'll say yay.
He is Marvel's mega villain. I'm a huge yay on this. The beginnings of Doom is not yet as omniscient, so to speak, or as powerful as he will be. And it's cool that he gets development too, which again, that's a Marvel distinctive. He gets significant development, not just new gimmicks. He's a yay, so we're 2 and 2, but...
We are 3 for 3, except I would probably give him a 10 out of 10. I love Doctor Doom. His origin story is not just, ha ha ha, I'm evil, I'm going to blow up the world because I'm evil. He has an actual understandable motivation. It's a little crazy, but you understand it. There is a reason why he is the way he is. I just like the way he looks. There wasn't, as far as I know, there weren't a lot of villains who looked like him.
Oh yeah, no.
That had he's the man in the iron mask, you find out later that he's scarred and all that, or maybe here. And my next favorite villain would be, of course, Darth Vader.
Okay, so final thoughts on this. I'm going to give the story, the whole thing, a 10 out of 10. I love the artwork. I love where it leads. So it gets a 10 out of 10 for me, boss.
10 out of 10, by far.
Shades?
Yeah, I might give it a 9 out of 10 only because it had a couple of silly things in it, but it was just awesome. It was a different world, so he did a great job. He had a workable story.
All right then, folks. Be fantastic.